So what if the other driver who caused your accident does not have car insurance? Unfortunately, this is something we face here at our law firm all the time. In Texas, and this is a horrible stat, 25% of the drivers on the road, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, do not have auto liability insurance. Now, the state mandates that you have insurance if you're driving a car, and that it be at the minimum limits are $30,000 per person, $60,000 per wreck. But 25% of the drivers out there do not have insurance. So 1 out of 4 drivers doesn't have insurance, and you're in a wreck that was caused by one of those drivers that doesn't have insurance. The only way you can really get compensation for your injuries is through uninsured motorist protection that you have to buy on your own vehicle. Now, this is one of my biggest points I tell everybody, whether I'm meeting them in the social circles or at the courthouse. You have to have uninsured motorists. It's not required. So when I say you have to protect your family, okay? So if I'm in a wreck and the other driver doesn't have insurance and I have my family in my car, my uninsured motorist will protect me and my entire family, and it will pay for the damages caused by this other driver. And it's very important. So if you have this insurance and you're in a wreck with an uninsured driver, you are protected up to the amount that you bought. And the more insurance you buy, the more it costs. But it's a very reasonable insurance. I encourage everyone to call your insurance agent or go online if you buy it online and see how much it costs. You'll be surprised. Uninsured motorist is not that expensive, but it's very, very good. And especially here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it's almost mandatory that you get it. So let's just go over it again. If somebody else causes the wreck, if they have insurance, you will go against the other party. If they don't have insurance, you can try to sue them. You won't be able to find a lawyer because it's the old saying, getting blood out of a turnip. If they don't have enough money to buy car insurance, they don't have enough money to get your car fixed and pay your medical bills and your lost wages. So going after them individually, it's a lost effort. There's no use to even try it. So at that point, you look to your own uninsured motorist coverage and you make a claim against them. Now, this coverage also has a separate component to it called underinsured motorist, and they come together. So if you buy uninsured motorist, you also get underinsured. How does that come about? Well, if the other driver, let's say they have the minimum limits, which I've already told you are $30,000, but the value of your case is more. Well, you would be eligible to collect the $30,000 from the other driver's insurance, then go against your own insurance, the underinsured part, because this other driver, they had insurance, but they were underinsured. They didn't have enough to compensate you. And then your insurance, in Texas, it stacks on top of, different states are differently, but it stacks on top of. So if you had $30,000 underinsured coverage and the other side had $30,000 of just regular liability insurance, then there'd be $60,000 in available coverage that if your claim was worth that or more, you would get $60,000. So the uninsured/underinsured motorist coverage is the #1 suggestion that me and almost every claims lawyer gives to the general public. Please get uninsured motorists. It's very, very important. It can also come into play on a hit and run when somebody causes a wreck. You don't know who they are, even if you get their license plate. What if you couldn't get it? What if they flee? Uninsured motorist comes into play in those situations. It's very, very important coverage. It's great to protect your family. Just think about it. The liability insurance that's required by the state of Texas on your car, that covers everybody else. It doesn't cover you or your occupants. Uninsured motorist, it's selfish. It covers you. You're not trying to protect everybody else. You're trying to protect you and your family. So do your family a favor. Get uninsured motorists. It's not that expensive, and it's really, really important insurance to have.